Hello everyone, welcome back to Biology Basics, and today we are going to talk about the differences, point-wise differences between the aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. So the first and the foremost difference between the two processes in terms of oxygen requirement. So this is the most important difference between these two processes. So the name itself indicate that aerobic respiration, it will require oxygen. Sorry for the spelling mistake. And the name anaerobic means no air. So no oxygen is required for the anaerobic respiration. So this is the first difference, student, between the two processes. Now the second major difference between the two processes is the end product. So if we talk about the end product of the respiration, then the end product of the aerobic respiration is carbon dioxide and water. Whereas in case of anaerobic respiration, the end product will be the ethanol or the lactic acid and the carbon dioxide. So this is the second major difference between the two processes. Now the next important difference between the two processes is the location. So where does this processes occur? It also differ. So the aerobic respiration, student, it is occurring in the mitochondria. Whereas the anaerobic respiration, student, it is happening in the cytoplasm. Now the two processes, the aerobic respiration and the anaerobic respiration, student, it also differ in terms of the ATP yield. So in the case of the aerobic respiration, student, there will be around 36 to 38 ATP. It will be yielded. And in case of the anaerobic respiration, there will be only 2 ATP. Now if we talk about, student, the efficiency of these two, if we compare the efficiency of these two processes, then the aerobic respiration, it is highly efficient. Whereas the anaerobic the efficiency of the anaerobic respiration is low. Now where does these two processes occur? It is also the difference between these two processes. So in which organism we can find the aerobic and the anaerobic respiration? So in the case of the plants and the animals, we can observe the aerobic respiration, whereas in the case of yeast, bacteria, muscle cells, we can observe the anaerobic respiration. So this is the sixth difference, student, between the two processes. Now there is also a difference in the terms of the speed of the reaction. So the aerobic respiration, student, it's a slow process. However, if we compare the anaerobic respiration, then it's comparatively the faster process. Now these two processes, student, also differ in terms of the byproduct. So the byproduct that are produced by the aerobic respiration, student, they are harmless. However, the byproducts of the anaerobic respiration, that is the ethanol and the lactic acid, to some extent they are the toxic also. Now the next difference, student, is in terms of the glucose breakdown. So in the case of the aerobic respiration, student, the glucose breakdown is complete. That's why this is highly efficient process. However, in case of the anaerobic respiration, the glucose breakdown is partial. So these are the 9 major differences, student, between the aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. I hope these differences are very much clear to you and you will be ready to answer this question in your examination. So if you like this video, please like, subscribe and comment comment on the videos of my channel. So it will encourage me to make more such videos. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.